Welcome tonight. Hi, I'm Suzy Veilleux, chair of the school committee. Thank you for joining us tonight for this important event. This is my first time attending, and I'm happy to be here attending with my daughter. She has been instrumental in teaching me more about LGBTQ topics, and for that, I am grateful. Wakefield Public Schools' goal is to support all students, regardless of their learning style, their background, their race, or their sexual identity. We are committed to ensuring that all of our LGBTQ youth feel safe and supported in our schools. As with any of our work, there is always more to do, and our administration is dedicated to this important effort. On behalf of the school committee, thank you again for attending tonight.
Good afternoon. It's so wonderful to see everyone here. My name is Julie Smith-Galvin. I am the chair of the Wakefield Town Council, and I'm here on behalf of the town. I believe we have most of the councilors here. Ed Dombrowski, Jonathan Chines, Ann Santos, Ann Danahy, and Maureen Butt, and regrets from Councilor May, and we also have Steve Mayo here with the town. I just wanted to tell a quick story. Yesterday at Memorial Day services, we really talked about the importance of telling stories. So I'm going to tell a story about a child who grew up here in Wakefield, Massachusetts. She was from a family of lawyers, mothers, fathers, uncles, sister, cousins, nieces, and lawyers. And here is what the child said about growing up in Wakefield. When I was growing up here in the 1960s and 70s, there was no context. Things have changed dramatically. There is much better knowledge, especially over the last 3 or 4 years. Over the internet, there are so many more opportunities for the transgender to find other people who relate the way we do. This story is about Dr. Rachel Levine, who grew up here and in April became the very first transgendered person to be an openly transgendered federal official to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate. So she is now the Assistant Secretary of Health, and she hails right here from Wakefield. And what I also found compelling in this story, which she told to the Philadelphia newspaper in 2015, she said that her transition to becoming a woman happened about 10 or 15 years ago. And what she says is, quote, "At some point I crossed the line." And she explained that the shift was triggered by personal changes, but also societal changes. And I think that's what we're here to celebrate today, that we can accept everyone and that we can go on, everybody can go on and live the life that they were meant to live. And this flag is just a small symbol of that. But I believe that when people drive by this flag here in Wakefield, they believe that they are accepted and that we are working for equity in this town. So I'm going to introduce Benny. Benny and James are going to start the flag, and then Benny's going to come and tell a story about the history and the symbolism of the flag. So join us in raising the flag.
I wish it was windier. All right. My name is Benny Wheat. I go by the pronouns she, her, and hers, and I am the newly elected chair of the Human Rights Commission here in Wakefield. Thank you. And first, I want to give a huge thanks to everybody who's been involved in putting this together. I want to thank the town council and Mr. Mayo for approving the raising of this flag. I want to thank the Human Rights Commission, especially the Pride Subcommittee, who is heavily involved in planning some events this month. I want to thank James, who just raised this flag for us. The actual logistics of raising a flag, it turns out, are important. So thank you, everybody, for making this event possible and for turning out today. This is like, I have to say, this is a beautiful turnout to my eyes after, an entire year and a half of not being able to have any in-person events. So my heart is warmed by seeing everybody here. So let's see. So I want to speak a little bit about this actual flag, which you can't really see because it's not flowing. So Pride is so much about making the invisible visible. It's about building communities and families and workplaces and relationships where we can all be recognized and loved in our full complexity. And the process of becoming visible is so well encapsulated by the Pride flag, right, which is such a visible outward symbol. And this relates to why the Human Rights Commission proposed and why the town council approved to fly this particular flag, which is called the Progress flag. So on the side of this flag, it's the traditional, rainbow colors of the flag, and on the side, there are some chevrons, which are in the color of the trans Pride flag, the white, purple, and pink, white, blue, and pink, and also a black and a brown chevron. And the symbolism of this, let's see. So these additional stripes, the additional chevrons, help to continue the vital tradition of making visible people who have been pushed to the edges of society, perhaps pushed to the edges of our own communities. Even within the LGBT rights movement, trans and non-binary people have historically been pushed to the margins, even as they are vital to the movements. Black people, indigenous people, and other people of color have been pushed to the margins, even as they are vital to the movements. So with this flag, we seek to acknowledge the unifying message of Pride and to recenter and reinforce the fact that we celebrate everyone in the vast and complex LGBTQIA+ communities. Thank you, everybody.